We had been together for 5 years before. I asked her to marry me. Everyone believed we were the perfect match, laughing at the same things, finishing each other's thoughts, even picking out the color of our future kitchen cabinets together. I trusted her completely, and I truly believed she felt the same way. The day I got down on one knee, she cried and said yes without a second of doubt. I had no reason to question anything, but I had no idea what had happened just weeks before that day. 2 months before the wedding, her behavior began to change a little. Seemed distant at random times, glued to her phone more than usual, and suddenly cared too much about her outfits, even when going to the grocery store. Thought it was just wedding nerves and excitement. I didn't want to become a suspicious fiancé, so I pushed those thoughts. Right. The wedding day came. It was a beautiful outdoor event surrounded by close friends and family, dancing under soft lights. As I watched her walk down the aisle, I felt like the luckiest man in the world. Everything seemed perfect. Not a single clue about what had really happened. Before we said, "I do." 3 months into our marriage, I found an old group chat on her iPad she forgot to sign out of. She had recently changed her phone's password, but the iPad still had everything synced. I wasn't digging through it, just looking for vacation pictures. What I saw made my hands go numb. It was a chat with her 2 closest friends, dated 2 weeks before our wedding, talking about a wild night where she'd made a terrible mistake. As I kept reading, the truth slowly came into focus. She had slept with a coworker during her bachelorette party. Her friends told her to confess, but she refused. Wrote, and I quote, "It meant nothing. It was just alcohol and nerves. I can't destroy everything now." That single line shattered everything I believed in. I didn't confront her right away. I needed time to think. For a week, I acted as if nothing had changed while my mind was flooded with pain, anger, and confusion. I replayed every second from our wedding, wondering how she stood there, smiling, knowing what she had done. Felt like I had married someone I never really knew. When I finally spoke to her, she could tell something was wrong. I didn't break down. I simply asked her to tell me the truth. She denied it, at first saying I misunderstood, and I showed her the screenshots I saved. That's when her face shifted from panic to regret. She broke down crying. She begged me for forgiveness. She said she had wanted to confess but was scared of losing me. She claimed it was a one-time mistake, blamed the drinks and confusion, and called it the worst thing she'd ever done. But it was too late. The trust was gone. I left that night. I didn't take much, just the basics, and walked out. I didn't even know where I'd go, but I couldn't stay in a place that felt like a lie. She kept calling and messaging, but I needed time to breathe. 2 weeks later, we met one last time. Told her I still loved the version of her thought was real, but that version wasn't true. I couldn't build forever on a foundation that was broken before it began. She cried again, begged, suggested therapy, and swore she'd never lie again. But broken trust can't be fixed with empty words. We divorced 6 months later. Quietly. Fights, no courtroom drama, just paperwork and silence. People around us were stunned. They couldn't understand how a couple so perfect could fall apart so fast. Never shared the truth. I didn't want to shame her publicly. That's not who I am. Now, a year later, I'm in a better place. Still healing, still careful, but stronger. I've learned betrayal doesn't always come with obvious signs. Sometimes it hides behind a warm smile. And the hardest part isn't just the betrayal itself. It's realizing the one person you gave your heart to didn't value it the same way you valued theirs.